Chapter 1: The Arrival. The town of Falls Creek was buzzing with excitement as a new family moved into the town. The family consisted of a mother, father, and their daughter, who was rumored to be a witch. People were curious about the family, but also wary of their supernatural abilities. The daughter, Ava, was a quiet and reserved young woman who kept to herself. She was aware of the rumors surrounding her family and the unease that many of the townspeople felt towards her, but she tried to ignore it and focus on her studies. Ava was determined to prove herself to the people of Falls Creek and show them that she was just like them, and that her family posed no threat to the town. However, Ava soon realized that things were not as simple as she had hoped. She began to experience strange and powerful visions, and she felt a connection to the supernatural forces that surrounded her. Ava soon discovered that her family was not just a regular family, but that they were part of a long line of witches who had been tasked with protecting the town from supernatural threats. Ava was torn between her desire to fit in and be accepted by the townspeople, and her duty to protect them from the supernatural forces that threatened their safety. She knew that her path would be difficult, but she also knew that she was not alone. Ava had her family and the support of a group of supernatural allies who would stand by her side as she faced the challenges ahead. The arrival of Ava and her family marked the beginning of a new chapter in the town of Falls Creek, and the people of the town could only wonder what the future might hold. Chapter 2: The Threat. Ava and her family were settling into life in Falls Creek, but they soon realized that their peaceful existence was about to be disrupted. They began to receive strange and ominous messages from a powerful supernatural entity, warning them of an impending attack on the town. Ava was determined to uncover the source of the threats and protect the town, but she also didn't want to raise any alarm among the townspeople. She decided to keep the threats to herself and to work with her family and supernatural allies to find a solution. As they delved deeper into their investigation, they discovered that the entity was a powerful vampire who was seeking to conquer the town and gain control over the supernatural forces that inhabited it. Ava and her allies knew that they had to act quickly if they wanted to stop the vampire and protect the town. They came up with a plan to defeat the vampire and protect Falls Creek. They knew that it would be a difficult and dangerous mission, but they were determined to succeed. Ava and her allies were ready to face any challenge and do whatever it takes to protect the town and its people. As the night of the attack drew near, Ava felt a mix of fear and determination. She knew that the outcome of the battle would determine the future of the town, and that her actions would have a lasting impact on the people of Falls Creek. She took a deep breath and steeled herself for the fight ahead, ready to face the challenges and protect the town she had come to call home. Chapter 3: The Betrayal. The night of the attack arrived, and Ava and her allies were ready to face the vampire and protect the town. They had trained and prepared for this moment, and they were confident that they could succeed. However, things did not go as planned. Just as they were about to engage the vampire in battle, Ava's closest ally betrayed her and joined forces with the vampire. The ally revealed that they had been working with the vampire all along, and that they were seeking to gain power and control over the supernatural forces of the town. Ava was stunned and devastated by the betrayal. She felt as though she had been punched in the gut, and she struggled to process what was happening. She had trusted her ally completely, and now that trust had been shattered. Despite the setback, Ava refused to give up. She rallied her family and the remaining allies, and they redoubled their efforts to defeat the vampire. Ava was determined to protect the town, and she was not going to let the betrayal of one person stop her. The battle was intense and brutal, but Ava and her allies eventually emerged victorious. The vampire was defeated, and the town was safe once again. However, the aftermath of the battle was far from over. Ava was left to grapple with the betrayal of her closest ally, and she was forced to confront the harsh reality that not everyone could be trusted. She had learned a valuable lesson, and she was stronger for it. As Ava and her family settled back into life in Falls Creek, she was determined to continue protecting the town and its people. She was a stronger and more determined person, and she was ready for whatever challenges lay ahead. Chapter 4: The Aftermath. Ava was still processing the events of the battle and the betrayal of her ally, but she was determined to move forward. She knew that there was still much work to be done to protect the town and its people, and she was committed to doing her part. However, the aftermath of the battle was far from easy. The townspeople were frightened and confused, and Ava was left to explain what had happened and reassure them that they were safe. She also had to deal with the aftermath of the betrayal, and she struggled with feelings of anger and hurt. In the days and weeks that followed, Ava worked to restore peace and stability to the town. She worked closely with her family and the remaining allies to rebuild and strengthen their defenses, and she made a point of getting to know the townspeople and earning their trust. As Ava continued her work, she also began to come to terms with the betrayal. She realized that she had learned a valuable lesson about trust, and that she was a stronger person for having gone through the experience. She also realized that the town was her home, and that she was committed to protecting it no matter what. Ava continued to grow and mature, and she became a respected and revered leader in the town. She worked tirelessly to protect the town and its people, and she was determined to make sure that they were safe and secure for generations to come. And as she looked out over the town she had come to call home, she knew that she had made the right choice in coming to Falls Creek. If you liked this video, please give it a like and share. Subscribe the channel for more amazing stories.